It's showtime.
Breaking news from the BS and Beer News Desk.
What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Beer Chaser. I'm your host, Dale. With me today is Tomas.
Yeah.
Going today.
All right, brother. Good to see you.
Yep. Yeah. Good to see you as well. But unfortunately, the Saints let us down. I will say it was an interesting game, though, because a roller coaster of a game. How about that?
All right. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
If you want to use it in those terms. All right.
Yeah, this was tough because you went from being hopeless to having hope going away again, hope coming back, and then she leaves us again. So damn hope.
Well, you know how it is. You see, for us fellows that have beards, we have to just do the best we can.
Yeah. For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You have more black in yours than I do at this point. I don't have any black left.
Yeah.
Mine's just silver and white. So there you go.
I'm catching up though. Like
I hear you.
I'm catching up.
Well, I had to trim mine back because yesterday before I trimmed it down, it was like here. It was like, man, I'm starting to look like Santa Claus.
Yeah, well, I trimmed mine down yesterday, but this was a mistake going down this far.
No.
Definitely didn't mean to go down this far, but
Well, mine's so thick, so I passed the lawnmower through it, and then I looked down, I'm like, man, looks like I got a haircut. So much, but
Yep.
It's pretty good now for the winter time, that way my little face stays warm, so.
Yeah, that's right.
What can I tell you?
All right.
Well, let's get to it, shall we, brother?
Yep. Let's get to this game. Saints lose to the Lions 33-28. And we'll go through some notes. So on the first possession for Detroit, touchdown Montgomery. Saints just can't tackle the run. 7-0 Lions. What did you think there? The first possession early on.
Well, I think that Dennis Allen, being the great defensive mind that he is, told the players, you know what, we're playing flag football. So you don't need to wrap up. Don't even need to hit them. Just look for the flags.
Yeah.
And the only flags they could find were the yellow ones that belong to the referees.
Yeah.
So great defensive mind. What can I tell you?
Had to be that explanation because nothing else really makes sense.
Nope.
So the Saints follow up this touchdown run with the first offensive play. It goes off of Juwan Johnson's hands, intercepted, and right now the Lions got the ball right back in the Saints territory. And then Goff hits Laporta, touchdown Lions, 14-0.
Well, years and years ago, I used to call Hobie Brenner Stone Hands Hobie Brenner.
Right.
But it looks like we got a new tight end taking that title. Because I have never seen a guy had the ball hit his hands so many times and oops. I mean, yeah. I was like, what the hell is that?
What are you doing, bro?
Wow.
That's supposed to be his game, catching the ball.
Okay, but now wait now.
Not his game.
All right, but wait now, because I know we're going to get into this because there's somebody in our team, of our circle there, who it's makes every excuse under the world for Carr.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this because I watched the play again on the replay.
Okay.
There were people open that he could have hit, and this is Carr. God bless him, but he's gun shy, dude. Because say what you will about Jameis throwing a bunch of interceptions, but to play in the NFL, look at Goff, man. He's throwing people open. He's squeezing into the box, into the window that's available. Carr's like, oh, I could, but no, wait, I couldn't. No. So all those check downs, I'm sorry, I don't live for check downs, And I think that was on that play. it was Johnson's fault. He should have caught the damn ball. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, why is Carr checking down when you have another receiver open 15 yards down the field?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. I said my piece about that.
Okay.
Go on. So now what is it? 56-0 at this point? I mean. Oh.
So yeah, it's 14-0 Lions. We do nothing with the next possession, and the Lions get the ball back. St. Brown touchdown, and we have Bond in coverage on their best wide receiver. 21-0 Lions.
Again, the great defensive mind of Dennis Allen.
Right.
We're gonna put a guy who hasn't made the team, who's out of position, playing linebacker. We're going to put him on the Detroit Lions' second best receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because the tight end is their best receiver, but this is their best wide receiver. And we're going to put, it's like, well, I don't know what it's like.
Mm.
I mean, you put us, it makes no sense to me. But, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how that happened. But I did like some of the adjustments coming up in the game where we saw Bond rushing as an edge.
You mean playing him at his natural position?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Amazing, huh?
Now, Dennis Allen, before being the head coach, was a defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. So that means that for many years now, Bond has been playing out of position.
Since he's been drafted, yes. Since he's been drafted. Yes.
Lucy, you have some explaining to do.
Yeah, exactly.
and then that makes me drink more wine.
Yeah.
Good thing. I mean, I'm on bottle number 2. So, when I finish doing this show, we'll go to bottle number 3.
Yeah. Saints will do that to you for sure. But
wine all day. It doesn't really affect me like hard liquor, but okay.
Yeah. So later on, we like I said, we did see Bond get into rushing on the edge, and he actually got a sack. Yeah. So that's really positive, especially because we couldn't get a sack from the defensive line last week. And so now we see Bond come in rushing off the edge, and we get that sack, and that was the only sack of the day. So I say kudos to Dennis Allen for that, because we finally recognized that we need a Bond on the edge there. So,
did you just say kudos to Dennis Allen?
I did. Yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was 2 sacks on the day. My bad. What I criticize him, so I got to give him props too. Now, when he does something good.
Lord have mercy. I don't know about that, but okay. I'll let it go. Go ahead.
So then, all right, we have.
I made you lose your place. You see, that's what happened.
Right, exactly. The Lions finished the first quarter with 79 rushing yards. This was something, that really concerned me on those first couple of drives. Like we really couldn't stop anything, and I thought this was going to be the tail of the whole game, because we could not tackle, we couldn't stop anything that they wanted to do on offense there.
Well, again, the great mind of Dennis Allen.
Yeah,
I'm sure that his, look, I'm going to tell you, and I think we all agree on this. They make great adjustments at halftime on the defense. The problem is that when you start the game, the defense looks like poop, And I'm going to tell you, it's 21-0. The camera's showing the sideline, and I'm seeing, double D's on the sideline holding his head down. Roach is on the sideline holding his head down. Mm-hmm. Cam Jordan's on the side. I'm like, man, this team is just uninspired,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't see the coaches over there trying to fire them up. No, they're just everybody's just standing around, And I'm like, this is not the way to have a winning team.
Yeah.
And I go back to what I've said before, Dale. This team reflects the coaching staff. So, we just got to get better. We just got to get better, Dude, you got no fire in the belly. You have to, you know what? We suck, man. We need that moment, you know. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't throw the ball.
That's right.
We suck.
Thank you, Jim Moore.
They kicked our butt. You know what I'm talking about?
Thank you, Jim Moore. Yes.
Exactly. You know, instead you get we just have to do better.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
We just have to. What's the other one he says all the time? We just have to execute better.
Yeah, we got to execute. That's right.
I like to execute somebody.
That's right. Pete leaves the game with the hand injury. Landon Young comes in to replace him, but he did return later in the game.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Hard for me to say, thank God Pete's back in the game. Can you imagine saying that?
Right.
Wow. Landon Young, you know, he's from UK. He's from one of my alma maters, University of Kentucky, but I just don't see it. You know, I just don't see him.
Yeah.
I don't see the progress. I don't see, I don't know.
Yep.
But the thing is, they had a Penning, at the tackle.
Mm-hmm.
That says something there too.
Yeah. So did you notice how many times when the Saints had the ball, they ran the ball on first down unsuccessfully? And that puts us like in a second long situation, ultimately third and long situation.
Yeah, I noticed it a lot of times. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that the defensive strategy for our opposing team is always, just like Belichick. Let's close one guy down and then make him one dimensional. Mm-hmm. So every team does the same thing. Let's shut Kamara down, and let them do what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And so
we started getting real predictable. If I'm noticing that, of course, the opposite side's going to notice that too.
But they don't look. If you will recall, when they tried a few years back, when we still had Drew at quarterback, when they tried to shut Kamara down, then suddenly the play calling changed, and Kamara's playing the slot, or he's even playing wide, and then coming in motion. Well, where was that? Did you see that in today's game?
No. We don't use motion.
So therefore, it's easy for the defense to key on Kamara and shut him down. Now, later in the game, Alvin got a few good runs, and that sort of woke the offense up. But if you know they're keying on your star player, you got to do something else. And I was really surprised that they didn't use Williams more. Having come from Detroit, I would have thought he would be more fired up, to do something against his old team.
Yeah, he got a few carries. Let me look at his stats. He got 5 carries. He only got 10 yards on him.
But 5 carries, you let him carry the ball 10 times because you know how run games work. You hit him 10 times, one out of those 10 he's going to break. One of those 10 he's going to get for 15 yards, 20 yards. But if you only give him the ball 5 times, and they key in on Kamara, so yeah. I'm just saying that would be a change that I would make as a coach. Of course, what do I know? But okay, I'm just a loyal fan.
Yeah, it was like 36 total rushes, 13 by Taysom, 14 by AK, 5 by Williams, 2 by Carr, and 2 by Lynn Bowden. So
now you see when the difference in attitude between Taysom and everybody else. I mean, Alvin too, but mostly Taysom. Man, when Taysom says, "Give me the ball, I'm going to run," he makes. How many people have to hit him before he goes down? As opposed to these other guys. Oh, I got hit. Well, I'm down. I'm like, dude, you have to have that I want to win attitude that Taysom had, and then pop up smiling, right? I got 7 yards. How about that? I mean, he loves he plays for the love of the game.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised at the numbers. But there are a couple of things that go with that, right? The offensive line play. I mean, how is it that McCoy got called
2 false starts?
two. I mean, 1, okay, something, but 2,
right?
Your center should never be called.
Yeah,
that's a discipline thing.
Yeah, Yeah, you're right. Look, the discipline too with Juwan Johnson that dropped, like you immediately put him right back in, instead of pivoting, go to somebody else. That's the way I saw it. I've
Well,
seen enough of them.
we have 2 other tight ends, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
That were active, right?
Yep.
And Morrow, he's not going to, stretch the field perhaps, but the dude can catch the ball,
Mm-hmm.
And then of course we finally had a sighting in the red zone of Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, that's the next note I got up here is Jimmy Graham caught a touchdown, 21-7 Lions, and this touchdown happened in the red zone. So red zone issues did not really creep up on the Saints today.
Nope.
They were actually pretty efficient in the red zone. Let me look at the stats real quick. They were where is it at? Red zone.
That'd be pretty good.
Oh yeah, 4 for 4 in the red zone.
4 for 4.
While the Lions were 3 for 5. There we go.
There you go. So obviously, Jimmy has recovered from the shroom juice that apparently got him in kind of a problem there.
Yeah.
Now see, only people my age will know what shroom juice is, but that's okay. It just, you remember at the beginning of the season when they signed him, and the big thing was, we have a plan. We have a plan for Jimmy. Where the hell's that plan been? Because that guy was so wide open on that touchdown pass. It was like, here's the remedy to our red zone.
Yeah, it was supposed to be three options in the red zone to solve red zone issues. That was Taysom, Jamal Williams, and
Jimmy Graham.
Graham, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And today we used 2 of the 3.
Yeah.
Which is why we're 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Now there's no more red zone issue.
That's it.
And especially, it's only a question of time. Dale, I thought today we were going to talk about it.
Okay.
It's only a question of time before my boy catches that little swing pass out the backfield.
Oh yeah. He had a nice little fake. The
linebacker
with him too.
Yeah, and you saw that? It's like he broke out to the outside. And I was like, oh, no, he went up the middle of the ball. Oh man, for sure that play's coming. When that play comes, man, I'm going to be jumping up and down in our show, no doubt about it.
So we got our comment. Can't have 3 different QBs playing and expect to win a game. So they came close.
Well, I would disagree. I would say that depending on our situation, I think that if we have 3 playing, but the offensive game plan is good for the 3, then we could do something. I mean, how many years did Dallas play with 2 quarterbacks and win championships?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, look, I'm not going to complain about Taysom getting in that quarterback ever.
Oh.
The third quarterback came in because of an injury. I mean,
right. So I think it's a little bit different. Yeah. I don't think we really played a 3 quarterback offense.
Right, exactly.
I think Carr got tattooed on that play.
Mm-hmm.
And so as soon as he got hit, I was like, oh, that's it. He's gone. Because, man, that was a serious hit. I mean, that guy, he took a shot,
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, and then they have Taysom in there. And I thought, well, man, he's going to just keep playing Taysom at quarterback. And then, here comes Jameis cold off the bench,
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I think that's part of the reason why the throws were either too far or too little or too far.
Yeah.
On the throws that he threw, because the guy was just not warmed up to it,
Yeah, but hey, that's the gig,
Well,
you got to come in and execute,
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just saying that's part of the game, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But no, I think that we only played 3 because Carr got hurt.
Yeah.
We always play 2. When Drew was here, we played 2 because
exactly.
Taysom would come in and play.
Yeah.
And he's effective.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna complain about Taysom.
No, he's effective. So, that one pass that was a little short.
Yeah.
That was pass
PI.
Yeah. That was pass interference on that play.
Right.
In my opinion, watching it, and I saw it several times,
Yep.
and I'm like, man, because we taped the game. I was like, no, man, that's pass interference.
I see that flag being thrown every week. So yes,
that was definitely PI. But hey, we don't get those calls.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
we only get those calls against us. You know, so
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So we're still in the game, right? We're coming up to halftime, right?
Well, no, it's the second quarter still, and
okay. Well, go ahead. My fault.
So now the defense start making some stops,
Yeah.
and so things kind of start turning around a little bit, but then we see that the guy on the sideline holding the chains or whatever get his leg broken. The poor guy, you know.
Man,
that sucks, man.
I told my wife as soon as I said, "Ooh, that guy's got a broken leg. It's going the wrong way."
Right.
And I think he's going this way and he's going that way. I said, "Ooh, no, that's bad. That's really bad." But we were talking on our little chats going back and forth, and Dale, I can't remember, but either the XFL or the USFL started using no chains. There was a stick with a laser guide across it.
Yeah.
Or something on television, or somehow they weren't using chains anymore.
Okay.
So, but it's the same issue we have with bad referees. Sooner or later, and I don't think that I shouldn't say sooner or later. The NFL has the ability to fix this game. We have the ability. The corporate has the ability to say from now on, full-time referees. They can, no insurance agents, right? No car salesmen. Let's get some professional referees in here. Let them study film during the week so that they know what they're doing. And they could fix with the technology we have. They could fix that business of the chains and all that.
Yeah,
they
you know what?
Want to.
So I'm looking at an article now, and they use a chip in a ball, and
that's what it was.
And they pretty much use the technology like tennis uses,
right?
And so you can tell with that technology if it's short or not. But stupid.
It's there. It's there. They just refuse to do it.
Right. All right. Stupid NFL. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. That somebody's using something better.
When you said, I think it was you who said that on the chat, and I was like, no, I know for sure. I've seen it on either the XFL or USFL. So
yeah, you're right. Definitely XFL doing it. So all right. So next note I got is Sam Laporta killing us. He's got 68 yards on 5 catches in the second quarter.
Well, here's the thing. Either a mobile quarterback creates a problem for us, or the tight end.
Yes.
I would say the problem with the tight end today, I believe, is that we didn't have Warner in the game. Because I think Warner could have prevented a lot of it. And I'm not saying he would have stopped all of it, but I think that Warner would be a better matchup against Laporta. Vaughn is not a good matchup against anybody.
Not in coverage. No.
And then you've got May out the game.
Right.
So you can't depend on a safety. You're playing a rookie in there who's really good. I mean, I like Holden, and I think he's going to be fine, a couple of years when he has the experience under his belt. But, he's a rookie, and it's just not that same kind of connection communication-wise. So I think Laporta, and by the way, I shouldn't say this, but he's on one of my fantasy teams.
Yeah,
but
I feel you.
Yeah. And you didn't, you should have checked with me, Mr. Fantasy Football, because I didn't have who you had. I didn't change over. I was like, no, Olave's going to play. I'm going to leave him in there.
Yeah, I put him in. And it ended up being, I think it was like a point difference or something. It wasn't bad. I was just giving Craig a hard time.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I was like, because I thought about it. I was like, well, maybe he won't clear protocol. Maybe I should,
Yeah. I wasn't sure he was going to clear a protocol. So, yeah.
Yeah. I said, no, I'm going to wait till the last minute because I think he's going to clear protocol. And sure enough, he did. And I was like, okay, I'm leaving. And then he started making some catches. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get some points. So, I mean, Olave looked good, and finally Carr, I think that whatever their differences are, I think Carr and Olave have a kind of a connection on the field, at least. So that looked pretty good. And again, like you said earlier, I think with Graham catching that pass, that sort of brought the defense back into saying, hey, let's play a better game and let's get this ball back to the offense. So I think that touchdown made a big difference in the mindset of our team.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Laporta, man, I don't know. The final was probably had over 130 yards. Did he have over 130 at the end?
Yeah. He had 140. one touchdown at the end.
So, it's all about matchups. We say this all the time. And they exploited that matchup.
They did. They did the whole job with it. So then the defense, they hold the Lions to a field goal to end the half, and the half time score is 24-7 Lions. So with it being halftime, I think this will be a good time for our favorite segment.
Oh my God, it's gonna blow!
It's a Tomas rant.
That's right. I don't want to hear these facts.
Daddy, she's gonna blow!
I have opinions.
I got a nuke coming in. It's gonna blow in less than a minute.
Facts don't mean anything to me.
It's gonna blow!
My opinion overranks the fact, okay?
It's gonna blow up, it's gonna blow up.
And she will. It is a mathematical certainty.
All right, Tomas, what you got for people today?
So you know that I am a loyal Saints fan. Mm-hmm. Since the inception of this team, my wife and I for many years had tickets in the upper section on the 50-yard line for years and years. Matter of fact, we were talking today about how we were there when they had really bad teams, and by halftime, half of the dome was empty, and we just sit back and keep drinking rum and cokes, until we're pretty polluted, right? So we've been there. Now, I don't understand today's game, perhaps, because as a young man, it was always about on defense, you wrap up and you tackle. Now, we have this genius defensive coordinator, head coach, and are you telling me that these guys during the week don't practice wrap up and tackle? Because holy guacamole, man. I mean, from the beginning of the game, it was like, it was worse than Olay. I thought I was at a bullfight, dum da, dum dum da, Olay,
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, you're being paid, and maybe you're not getting paid enough. Okay, well, I'll fight for you to get some more money. But you're being paid, you got a contract. So when that guy comes towards you, smack the crap out of him and put him on the ground. Not this, like I said before, flag football. Oh, I'll touch him and he's down. That doesn't work that way. So my rant today is either tackle or quit. One or the other. I would like call up some of these young dudes that'll, hey, you know what? You want to make this team? Tackle the crap out of that guy. Hit him so hard his teeth shatter. You know what I'm saying? No, instead, we're scared of getting penalties. Now, I know we don't live in the age of Tommy Myers. I used to love those games. That guy come across the middle and Tommy Myers would just put his shoulder down and hit him so hard, man, you could feel the earthquake in Uruguay. Right? See, now I'm making some kind of Uruguay. You know what Uruguay is? So, in any case, but you know what I'm saying, right? Tommy Myers would, what does A-Bear say? Hit him so hard a snot bubble would come out of his nose, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, we're not there anymore. We don't hit like that. Ronnie Lott, Tommy Myers. Okay, fine. But man, we still have to stop these guys. And you have to make them think twice. How many times did golf go back and hit somebody cutting across the middle? If you look at that, that's strictly, they're not scared of getting hit. Well,
a lot of time.
Somebody's got to make them scared to come across that middle.
Mm-hmm.
And if it costs us a 15-yard penalty for roughing the receiver, I'm willing to take the 15 yards.
Okay, Ray Williams.
Early in the game, hit him so hard. I'm serious, man. Hit him so hard, man, that he gets up and he doesn't know where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. A 15-yard penalty. Okay, we'll take it. Go ahead. And then go back and say, hey, man, you come across again, I'll take another 15-yard penalty. Because that way, hey, you put the fear of Jesus in. Then they start short arming the ball, So that's what my rant is today. Learn the tackle. The Pee Wee League learns the tackle, for God's sake. You ever seen those little 5-year-olds with their helmets too big for their head and they have shoulder pads way out here?
Mm-hmm.
What the Pee Wee League, you hear the coach yelling, "Wrap up and tackle." Well, hey, maybe we need some Pee Wee League coaches for the Saints.
Right, let's do it.
Need to replace some of these coaches we have, because obviously they don't know how to coach, So maybe we need some Pee Wee League coaches out there,
There we go.
Just saying.
Listen, we already came up with Jimmy Graham in red zone, like we came up with that, right? So
yes, sir. And just wait, because my guy's still gonna catch a touchdown pass, and then for sure I'm gonna say, hey, that was my call. Remember?
You know what's funny though? Saunders is still playing fullback, but Prentice was active today.
Yeah. But what's
Prentice's purpose on the team here?
I have no clue. Special teams, because he plays special teams.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that's his thing.
That's probably it. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
And I guess in the middle of the field, it gives you. I guess they think it's a better chance. Man, I'm telling that play is gonna come. That play is gonna come where they're gonna put the ball in AK's gut, pull it out in a little whoop. Right over the top, and Saunders is going to go right in. And I hope there's somebody in his way. I hope he plays somebody as he's going into the end zone. Yeah. I want to see that big guy, and then I want to see him dance.
Yeah, I want to see the fat man dance. That's what
hey, maybe I scored for you. Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah. It's coming. Well, I shouldn't say that because Pete Carmichael's not that, But I'm hopeful. Hope. I still got hope.
Yep. All right.
So there's my rant. Learn a freaking tackle. Okay.
The second half, Saints get into the red zone on that first drive with a deep pass to Olave, and AK punches it in. And
well, is that the one that he was in, and then they said he wasn't?
No, this is the one they actually gave him. So, and so this one tied him for the touchdown leader.
Yes.
For New Orleans.
Yes.
If he tied with Ingram. And so now it's 24-14 Lions.
Yeah. And I'm going, ooh, we back in it, man.
Yeah.
You think about it. They scored 21 points in the first 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Now they only scored a field goal.
That's a hell of a hole to come out of, man.
Yep. And now they only scored a field goal and we scored 14.
Right.
So, okay, I'm good,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm feeling a little optimistic.
Yep. And then just to kind of pile on that optimism, the Saints D followed us up with the 3-and-out. And so now you start having that optimism. You know what? We probably getting back in this thing here, right? And then we get a hell of a drive.
Yep.
On offense, play action twice. And this was amazing right here. Pete Carmichael called play action twice. And this is after we've been running the ball on 1st and 10 forever. All right, he did it twice, and we got big gains, man. We hit Olave, nice gain, and then we hit Foster Moreau for a nice gain.
Yep. That and I will tell you, when that happened, my wife was jumping up and down. I was like, time for bottle number 2. Come on, let's go. Yes, indeed. Man, my wife was like, she was into it, man. She was jumping up and down. David, let's go do it. I said, okay, honey, take another glass full, calm down,
Look, right there, those 2 play actions, that got me up right there, Tomas.
Yes, sir.
I'm starting to think, okay, Pete is understanding this thing now. Pete is getting it. Could be. But it ultimately leads to the AK run for a touchdown, and this is the one that the refs took back. And then we followed up with Taysom in for a touchdown. So now we have 24-21 Lions.
We're there.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. And the team, did you notice when we got to this point, the team is more enthusiastic.
Oh, yeah.
You see the offensive line's blocking better. You know what I mean? It's like, okay. Now that's what we need, Some positivity to get it going.
Right.
And I'm not being sarcastic like some other people. I'm being serious.
No, I'm 100% with you. Yeah. So now the next drive, goodness, Sam Laporta wide open. It looks like Sewell was supposed to go and cover him, but he didn't. But it ultimately led to a Lions field goal, and that made it 27-21 Lions. So not too bad, but still that big busted wide open play. Oh, terrible. When you're trying to come back. You can't make those kind of mistakes.
See, and again, I think that's a communications issue.
Yeah.
Because, I think Sewell, I thought, played a pretty good game all in all, really. I thought he was tackling at least, doing pretty good and in the right position. He's got good movement skills. And but again, when you have your backup safety playing, and now you've got the third string linebacker playing, right? Because Sewell is third, right? He's behind Bond supposedly. So
yeah, but they're playing different positions, sort of.
Yeah,
so,
but still, but you know what I'm saying. I mean,
Right.
the communication isn't there because they're not used to playing in that configuration, right? Sewell's a big guy on our special teams,
Yeah.
so for him to be playing as much, because I think he played. I don't have the numbers in front of me,
But he
but
started the game. So,
yeah,
I mean,
he had significant time
Yeah.
in today's game.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, that was bad because, man, Laporta was so wide open.
Right.
I mean,
Right. Exactly.
but well, it's still, thank goodness they don't let the 3 points.
Yeah.
No.
The next possession on the first play, fumble. Hurts knocks the ball out of Carr's hand. And so we turn the ball over right there. And then the Lions follow it up with double reverse. Jamison Williams burned the hell out of us. 33-21 after a failed 2-point conversion.
Yeah. Well, again, we used to say about Peyton that sometimes he gets too fancy, remember? Which happens to us later. But, in this particular case, they executed it really well, And, man, I don't know what to tell you about Hurst. I think he's a really fine backup offensive lineman. But sometimes, stuff happens where, and I don't want to blame Carr for it, but a lot of times it's having that feeling. Right, an offensive lineman's looking in front of him. He's got to sort of feel where the quarterback is behind him, right? So, no excuses made that play shouldn't have happened. That fumble shouldn't have happened. So,
Yep. And so now the next possession, Carr gets hit hard by Bruce Irvin, and the Saints do ultimately finish the drive in the red zone with a touchdown by AK and made it 33-28. But it's another game. Derek Carr gets knocked out.
Yeah. And from what I saw, that hit, man, that was a serious hit to his shoulder. So now they said he's under concussion protocol. Apparently, anytime you go down on the ground, it's going to be a concussion protocol. I mean, apparently, because they're so scared of what could happen.
They're not having that Tua thing happen again. It's not happening again.
Yeah. To me, I don't think it's concussion. That shoulder, I mean, he took a hell of a shot, the helmet in the front, and then really the guy kind of drove him into the ground, So it wouldn't surprise me at all that he's out for several weeks. It wouldn't surprise me, So we'll see how it goes forward from here. Now I'll say something later about it, but if we get to it. But luckily, as you said, we finished the drive anyway, and we closed the gap again. Just 5 points. So
Hope's still alive.
Hope is still there. Yes, sir. Hope is still there.
So next possession by the Lions, a huge drop by David Montgomery. That forces a punt. And then when the Saints get the ball back, this is the the possession where AK pushed Kirkwood out of the way on a run. That was pretty hilarious, man.
And at first I thought it was Callaway, and then I was like, oh no, that's Kirkwood. And it's like, dude, move. You got AK coming behind you. Just move. So, but I wanted to say something before that. Now, gosh, now I've lost his name. The kid who was from Bowden.
Okay.
Again, he went to one of my alma maters, UK.
Yeah.
So, and he was extraordinary at UK. He played quarterback, he played receiver.
Yep.
And he's done a really good thing for himself in the NFL. He's played some pretty good ball. But there is such a drop-off between Shaheed and anybody else that's back there.
Oh, yeah.
Kickoffs. I mean, you really see the significance of having a man like Shaheed
Mhm.
who can break the special team coverage, because on some of those plays, Bowden would start running and then he'd stop, and I was like, well, you
Yeah.
can't stop like that,
Mhm.
So, but God bless him. I mean, but yeah, on that play, Kirkwood was like, dude,
Yeah.
So, and he was lucky it was AK, because had it been Taysom, he would have gotten flattened, So, but yeah, that was an interesting case there. Yeah.
Yep. So ultimately, that drive ends with no points. The Saints turn the ball over on downs.
Yeah.
Detroit ends the game on offense. So that's the end of the game there, 33-28. You
Now,
got
didn't you think that on that series, when we got the third down, I thought they want to bring Taysom back in. And then if you're going to go for it on fourth, then you bring Jameis back in. But I was surprised that they kept Jameis on the third down. I really thought that Taysom would have been the way to go on that third down.
Okay.
So what did you think? Did you understand what I'm saying? Are you agreeing with it or disagreeing?
Yeah, I mean, I think they were just looking to pass the ball more. And so that's why they were looking to keep Jameis in there. Yeah. Not now that you kind of look at it, maybe that was the right call to go with a run. We did move the ball pretty well on the ground today. I thought, except for early on, because all those damn seconds and longs. But
yeah, but by this point, I thought the offensive line knew what they were doing and they were executing. And so I thought if you put Taysom in there, if you didn't get the whole thing, he'd be damn close to getting it.
Mhm.
It would have been like 4th and 1,
right,
not
right.
4th and 8.
Yeah, a more manageable fourth down.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah, it makes sense.
So I was very surprised that they didn't call that they kept or even they had the entire game. Did they even one time go wildcat? I don't think they even did one time wildcat, did they?
No.
That would have been something to, okay, here we go. First time in the game, we're going to call a wildcat play.
I mean, unless you call it Taysom package, the wildcat package. I mean,
I don't really. I think those are more,
yeah.
What they call it, PPOs,
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so that brings us to the end of the game.
Yeah. So who's your player of the game?
Well, on offense, there are two guys that stand out to me.
Okay.
So I'm going to call it for Taysom.
All right.
I think that AK and Taysom were really the fire behind our offensive production. But it's just Taysom, man, the guy can't be stopped. And they know he's going to run the ball. I wish that pass would have been a little bit better to Olave. And I still think that's pass interference. I still think we should call it. But yeah, I have to go with Taysom on offense. On defense, that's a little tougher call to make. But I guess if I had to pick someone, not going to believe who I'm going to pick.
Okay.
I think Brizet would be the guy I would pick on defense.
Okay.
Because whenever he was in there, it seemed like there was serious pressure up the middle. I mean, he really pushes the line in. I think when I watched it, and I'll watch the game again, but it seemed to me that when he was in there, that line really pushed forward, and it gave Goff a little more, less time to pass. So I would give it to Brizet, because really the other guys, I mean, all these missed tackles. I just can't do it. And really, DeMario didn't seem to be much in this game. Did you notice that?
You talking about playing time or
no,
just
being effective?
Being effective. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't get to really do much.
No.
Sewell had more tackles
than
he did. So he had 8 total and DeMario had 4 total. So
yeah. And I've noticed that in the last couple of games too. I don't know if you've noticed that DeMario just doesn't seem to be, playing at the same level. And it's the same thing. Of course, Cam is playing hurt. He got a bad back. Now he's got a bad ankle. And for a guy playing the end, if you got a bad ankle, that's not a good thing.
Right. Yep.
So, I don't know. So I was thinking about it. I was like, man, who can I pick on defense? I was like, this young kid, this rookie, he played pretty good.
Yeah.
So now I will tell you who's the bad guy on defense. You want to tell you who's the worst guy on defense was?
Yeah, who's that?
Number 1.
Yeah, Alontae Taylor. Yeah.
Oh my God, man!
Missing tackles left and
What
right.
the hell happened to this boy? He had so much. I thought, wow, this guy's got some talent. He looked today like what was the name of that guy that we drafted that we cut after the first year? Had the Saint name. What was his name? He played cornerback. We drafted him in the 3rd round, I think.
Stanley John Baptiste.
Batiste, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I was like, wow, this guy's like that guy, So, I mean, it was really bad. I thought he played terribly.
Yeah.
So, because there were a lot of times he had the guy dead to rights in the backfield and was like, there he goes,
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be my 2 players, Rizé and Taysom. What about you?
All right. For me on offense, I'm going with AK. 2 touchdowns, 51 yards rushing, 58 yards receiving. I thought he was pretty effective overall.
Yes.
And I guess I might have to pick somebody on defense. I'll just go with a Debo. I noticed him a few times in coverage. He did pretty good there. Almost had an interception, finished with 8 tackles. So I'm just gonna give it to Debo. So.
And I'm glad the Louisiana Shrimp was playing today.
Oh yeah.
Louisiana Shrimp, man. I'm glad he was playing.
He hit 4 extra points for us. So good job.
There you go.
Good job. So, so yeah, we will see if Carr can come back from his injury. If he doesn't, we'll see what Jameis can do. And
okay, so here's the spot I was waiting for.
Okay.
I know it won't happen, but I'm hoping if Carr is out, how about let's see the rookie? Since we lost again today, let's see Haener come in there and play some ball. Give him a chance with the first string. See what he can do. I would still use Taysom, but we know what Jameis can do. I'd like to see what this kid can do, and maybe the other team's is going to be saying, oh yeah, they're going to play Jameis, so let's prepare for Jameis. I think they'll be surprised if Haener came in and started the game, So
be surprised,
that's
sure.
thing there, I'm trying to find some way for us to win a game,
Yeah. All right. Well, Tomas is calling for sexy Jake Haener to start at quarterback.
Yes, sir, I am.
We will see if DA gets the message. He's been watching our podcast, and
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Is Pete Carmichael watching our podcast?
I mean, look, we got Jimmy Graham in the red zone touchdown this week. We'll see. I'm pretty sure Bink is gonna get his touchdown, and we'll know for sure.
This message goes out to Pete Carmichael.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, brother. This week I just bought a new bottle of brandy from Spain. You need to go out and get yourself a nice bottle of brandy, and before the game, take a good solid shot of that brandy that warms you up, and maybe it'll clear your mind. And maybe make some good calls, like motion plays. We're gonna have some more motion plays. I like to see Dale get fired up with 2 motion plays in a row. Woo-hoo! Yeah.
Play action, baby. I couldn't believe it.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, well, yeah, that Spanish brandy will do it to you, brother.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us this week on the Beer Chaser. We appreciate all the comments. And
keep them coming. Keep them coming. Press the like button. Keep those comments coming.
That's right. We will be back next week. Win, lose, or draw. We're here for you guys. So, who dat to you?
All right. Later, brothers. Thank you.
Remember to follow us on social media at BS and Beer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.